Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 17. Today, as you can see, we are on Chellington Farm, so it's Chellington 17 by Oxygendavid. As you can see, we got the Fent 930 hooked up to New Holland baler. I got a field cut up off screen, so we're just going to go up and bale that up, and because we got a few animals there now, so we're prepping for our animals so that we can get the revenue for the cattle, the dairy sales. Alright, let's move along to our field, which is just down over the hill here. This is ready to harvest, so I'll be soon setting off the combine. As you can see, this is not your base game stuff. For this series, I decided to go with a Fent theme. So most of my gear is Fent. My baler is obviously not. It's a New Holland, but that's not too serious. So we got field number 20 all done up right here. Whoa, that was rough. Got a road, got the whole 9 yards ready to roll here. Get that unfolded here. As you can see, this 930 with the wheel weights. Alright, as you can see, we got the roads pretty darn straight here. I don't expect a whole lot of bales out of this field, as there is only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, but I, should get something out of it. So again, it's all for feed at this point. It's going to back off so we can see a little bit of landscape here. Oh, we're already ready to spit out our first bale. Beautiful. This is, like I said earlier, is an Oxygendavid map, which, if you watch any of his stuff or follow any of Oxygendavid's stuff, this is the kind of quality that this gentleman produces. Top notch. One of my probably my top 2 favorite map makers. He is definitely one. Thank you for producing this stuff that we get to play on. I'm not a map maker myself. I just like to play the game. And of course, I do truly enjoy his gear here. Knocked off to the side here. There we go. Oh, you. Flip them over because my stacker's going to be a pain in the ass with that. Oh, kidding me. Fall over, fall over, fall over. Thank you. I'll flip you after. I got work to do here. So this is going to be episode 1 in our series. I took some time to purchase some different gear just so that not everybody's adventure is exactly the same. That kind of was what I was going for. So hopefully it doesn't spit out a bale in front of the road. Perfect. Ooh, drop it, drop it. And we'll try not to fire this thing into the river as well. So I'll probably use the Chellington map as a Let's Play series, and I'm going to use my haul and landscape as my live streams. Both have their own kind of theme, and so we'll run them like that. This thing pulls like a trooper. I believe this is the 300 horsepower one. As if you're not familiar with the map, it's the fields are quite large for the most part. Picked up here. So far it's going great. So far I can't honestly say I found 0 glitches in this map, or at least I haven't found it yet if there is any. But for the most part I usually have a hard time to find anything this Oxygendavid does. Anyway, that's not working properly. He's got a pretty good crew of people watching his work and picking out the stuff that's broke, so he gets that stuff fixed pretty quick. Get all this stuff here. All mine for the taking. Do start off with a few fields. I don't believe I bought any. Yeah, because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fields. Yeah, 9 fields. So here I'm counting fields, not paying attention to my bales here. All right, get my mind back in the game here. Get inside a little quieter. These tractors are all the base game ones, or at least from Mod Hub and stuff like that. Worse, but I believe this is a base one. Very well done. Stuff here cleaned off the end. Pickup, drill lower the pickup. Continue on here. Go down to what, 2 rows, or is there another little one here? No, that's it. Nope, looks like maybe a little something in the middle here. We'll see here when we get closer. No, it's not. Okay. Kind of looks like it as it's rendering. Pretty decent flat field. So it should be easy to stack them. This baler can crank out the product, I'll tell you. Got a pretty good, lot more bales than I actually thought I was going to get. Usually it's around 4,000 liters per bale. Yeah, exactly. Still is. There's a little bit there I'm going to pick up. Pick up the little tiny bit that's left there. Yes, so we have a clean field. And this seems to me is right here. Pick up. I know it's not a lot, but whatever. I can't remember how to unload. There we go. Alright, so bring this back to the farm. We'll go get the auto stacker. Or not an auto stacker, collector. Back off so we can see some of the scenery here. All of this great work. That is a very large field over there. Which one is that? I'm looking at 9. Yeah, 9 is huge. Autosave right on cue. Great touch with the overpass and train bridge rather. Have to get in there soon and get that field harvested as we are prepping for animals and stuff. So I want the straw for the bedding. back to the old Chellington farm. Usually keep the baler in this here large one right at the entrance. Try to keep all my baling stuff all in this one. And, you know, my collecting wagons are in a different spot. Tippers, rather. Whoa. Shut this off, use a little bit smaller tractor. This is the 7 Series. 200 horsepower one. So as you can see, we're using the stacker. I only had one other attempt at it. It's alright, it's not a bad little gadget. Sometimes it can be a little finicky loading the bale into it, but for the most part it does work pretty darn good. Get down there, get those stacks, and it stacks 3 high. And then we'll get a trailer down there. And probably the telehandler. This does have the attachment for the forks, but I'm not sure if I did buy the bale fork for it yet. Great view of the water and stuff here. Oh, lily pads. Little train bridge over there. Just what a great view. Great attention to detail. Look at the wind moving the trees. Very well done. Unfold, just shut off those beacons as we're in the field. X. Kind of a cool little rig. Gotta pick it up right here, so we'll just watch the animation here. Fix it up, getting ready for our next one. Actually, I'll just follow the rows. I find if you kind of hit the bale on the white rail here, right where the wheel chocks are, it seems to load it pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? If you come in too square, I find it catches. But if you kind of come in at an angle and you bump it off there, and it'll straighten it off using that as a guide. Whoa. Too busy looking at the guide here. That's not going to work here. Let me just push it back out into the field here. There we go. Then we'll re-hit it. See, that's what's going to do. It's going to get caught right on this edge, and it's not going to go in. See, what you got to do, you got to bump it off this here rail. If you bump it off this rail, for the most part, usually goes good. Come on now. Alright, as you can see, it's going to be 3 high. And it should pick it up here, so we can transport. And then, I'm using Xbox One controller, so you go Y, it'll open up the gate. Y again, you drive away. A little tip about using this, you might want to make sure your tractor is as straight as it can. Then you got to go Y to close your back gate, or it'll go right out the back. You want to be straight because sometimes I've had them knock it over. If I come in at an angle and I bump it off the skid plate here, there's this guide, usually goes in. didn't knock this guy over yet. What's up with that? My God, sticky bales. See? Nope, that's gonna... Might. No, I didn't think. Really didn't think it would. There was too much on that edge. May as well mess around with them while we're sitting here, looking at it. There we go. Y, and lower it. Y will let go of the bales with the grips. Because usually there's like little cleats there. Y will close it again. We shall, I'll just kill the heads up stuff here. This one's right here. We may as well scoop him up. Nope, I spun it sideways because I caught it. So again, this is my second time using this, so not exactly perfect, but it's kind of neat. So I'll probably continue to use it. There we go. Now we'll go back to the end here, and she raises her right up, getting ready for our second bale. Three. Get my tractor straight. Y. Y. And Y to close it again. All in the lining up. That's the key to this racket. Spit it out. Let it go through. You're just going to spin it, aren't you? You piece of work. There's three. Raise it. Open my gate. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Release it, not drop my hitch. I can do one inside. Nope, too far over. Enough? Oh, you're gonna be enough? Come on. Get over. Are you like kidding me? Jason, thank you. That's pretty painful. Alright, let's finish up the side here. I'm way too far over. I'm just going to regroup. Back it up here. Much of an angle is going to probably hook it. Oh no, she's going to take it. Beautiful. Up she goes. Why? And why one more time. There's one more over here. Yeah, there it is. That's what I thought. So basically we'll get these all stacked, and then we'll next episode we'll come back and we'll pick them all up. I want to find a better system here like 2, 4 left. 5. Another one over there. More there, eh? Oh, 3. So we're going to have one last stack. Perfect. Timed out perfect. I want to see if I can get a system going here. I'll try using the corner to fender as a guide. Will that get me lined up? No. I'm going to try something else. So inside of the fender as a guide. Side work? Not quite. And one more to collect here, and then we'll call her an episode. All in all, this went quite well. A little bit of a learning curve. I mean, that's the way she goes, I guess. For transport. Take her on back to the farm, and we'll call her quits right there. So the end result was, oh, I still got one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 here on the left. 7, 8. So 8 times 3 is 24, and 1 is 25. So 25 bales out of this little field. That's actually not bad at all. Back up and put away, and then we'll call her quits with that. Come back down with the Marshall trailer, and we will do some collecting. It's at the barn there now. Home sweet home, Chellington Farm. Another big, large storage over there. All kinds of space here. Love it. I'll back her in. Back with the Marshall and a telehandler, and we'll get those 25 bales picked up. And return them, bring them over to the cow farm. Out of the road here, out of the elements. Put her in the shade here, so save the paint. Beautiful. Well, there you folks have it. You survived our first Let's Play on Chellington Farm. I'd like to thank you all for coming along for the ride. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.